Hey guys, Andrew Esquivel here, back with another review, and today I'm going to be reviewing a product courtesy of a company called Firecore. Now this is the Firecore F93TR. This is a tri-plane auto-leveling laser, and it does come with a few different accessories. First off, it uses 4 AA batteries, of which are included. It also comes with this carrying case that'll be big enough to hold the laser level itself, as well as the few accessories that come along with it, of which include a mount that connects to the bottom of the laser level, which has a magnetic attachment right here so you can attach the laser level to any ferrous metal, and it has various different size screws for different size tripods. Now, it also comes with this little card right here, which has got a reflective material on the back, which will help you use this laser level in areas where the laser might start to get a little dim, such as the outside, or if you are using the laser level at a distance. More on this later. Now, as mundane as it may be to go over the information in the manual, it is important that we learn a little bit more about this device before we start to use it. The information provided in the manual is all in metric, but I've done some quick approximate conversions over to imperial for all of us here in the United States. First off, we've got 3 different lasers. They are all class 2 lasers. They are accurate within about 1/10 of an inch at 32.5 feet. The working distance is approximately 65 feet. The wavelength right here is written in nanometers, anywhere from 635 to 660 nanometers. Take that information as you will. It's not completely relevant to every case, but here, the operating temperature, which is important, is anywhere from 32 degrees Fahrenheit to 113 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, the storage temperature is anywhere good from -4 degrees Fahrenheit to 140 degrees Fahrenheit and has an IP rating of IP54. IP54 is defined as such. It is good up to a tolerance of resisting dust and small splashes of water. So by no means is this waterproof. It's not a device you should be using outside in the rain. And if there's a dust storm or something like that, be aware that only a certain amount of dust, basically not a lot, is what it can tolerate before you might break the seals and get things inside of the laser. So, one thing to keep in mind, if you are in an incredibly humid environment, you might exceed the IP54 rating and get humidity inside of the lenses of the device. IP54 is not the highest rating in the world, so keep this in mind when using it. Now, what makes a plane style laser level different than your typical laser level is instead of projecting a laser in a single direction, a plane laser level will make a laser in a 360 degree beam. In order to turn on the device, we've got this big beefy switch right here. Select on. And you'll see the first laser on top is active. And as we were saying before, the laser is on a plane. It is 365 degrees all the way around, although I'm blocking part of the laser by standing in the way. And you can see it goes all the way into the other room. We've got quite a bit of distance on this laser. Now then, we have more than just one laser, and we can activate more than just one at a time. However, in order to cycle through the options, there are a few of them, we press the power button right over here. So we click, and now it's switched over to a different plane. This plane goes down. It goes all the way around. We switch this again. Goes to a different axis on the plane. And we get this direction. Once again, whole 360 degrees. If we switch this again, we get 2 different lasers. The reason we have these 2 different lasers is because now we can create an X pattern at 90 degrees on these 2 lasers, giving us that effect that allows us to square something up. If we press the power button again, changes up those planes. So now you can see we have an X pattern here, and we're going to lower the laser level so you can see that X pattern. There we go. It's more of a cross really, but you get this good 90-degree angle right here, which will help you square things up quite nicely. We're not done yet because we have all three lasers on now. So we have three different planes going at the same time. You can see in all different directions. There are a ton of different things you can use this for. There are way more things you can use this for than I can currently think of at the moment, but it is quite handy. One thing to note though, because the laser is coming out of this portion right here, whenever you reach a point where the laser in this 360-degree beam pattern is blocked by one of these posts on each plane, you will notice this right over here. Now obviously the closer the laser is to the wall, the smaller that's going to be. The further away you go, the larger that gap is going to be. Now one thing to keep in mind is this is an auto leveling laser. And yes, that auto leveling is on all three axes. If you tilt the device, it will remain level up to 4 degrees off skew. Meaning, if I were to take this device and move it far enough to where it can no longer auto level itself, it will start to flash, letting you know that it is no longer accurate. And this is good in any direction to account for all three laser levels in all three planes. Now then, you can do this with just a single plane at a time. So we go too far forward, it blinks, cycle through to the next plane. We go too far in any direction, can't autocorrect, so it lets you know. Of course, the last plane. If we go too far in any direction, and it can't level itself, it'll let you know. If you want to use the laser level in a manner where you don't need the auto leveling feature, you can do that. Instead of switching the big switch from off to on, instead you hold the power button up here on the top and give it a hold for a few seconds and it'll turn on the laser. Now if you press the button again, you can cycle through the various planes like we've done before. But now, watch what happens. If I tilt it, it's not going to continue to blink. It may blink once or twice, but it'll hold the line without blinking very rapidly. And you can do this in all planes. However, it does still blink, letting you know you're in that mode. That being said, we can cycle through like we were showing before. We can go really off kilter here, and it'll continue to hold. And another demonstration here. It will blink once or slowly. But the point is, if you need to use this without that annoying blink in a situation where, you know, you're leveling things out in a manner that doesn't require the auto leveling feature, you can do that. So let's talk about a few of the accessories the device comes with. First off, we've got this little reflective card. This is useful if you're using the device outside and the laser light has to compete with the daylight, or if you're using this at a distance and the laser light becomes a little dim. So let's go to one of these corner parts right here, and you'll notice on the back of this there's a reflective surface. It's there for a reason. Now it's red to match the red laser. If you have a green version of this laser, it'll come with a green card. So if we slide it over, you'll see that reflective surface really amplifies the laser. This is great because, like I've said in the previous examples, if the laser light is too dim, this will help you really focus in on the one spot you need. The last accessory we need to test is the magnetic base that connects to the bottom of the laser level. Now, I've put this on my postal scale, and the magnetic base plus the laser level comes in at 1 pound 15.4 ounces, so really close to 2 pounds. Magnets will attach themselves to just about any ferrous metal, so I've got the top of my microwave, which is a ferrous metal, and we're just gonna stick it right there, and bada bing, bada boom. We've got a nice little place to put it. Now this gives you a large amount of flexibility as to where you place the laser level outside of using a tripod. That being said, there are various mounts throughout this device that allow you to connect it in various ways, including non-standard tripod mounts. This is connected to the device via a standard tripod mounting thread on the bottom of the laser level. So you've got plenty of options. Throughout my testing of the device, I couldn't particularly find anything wrong with it. There are a few things to keep note of though. When the batteries start to get low, or if the batteries are not properly seated, the lasers will start to kind of blink a little bit rather rapidly. If this happens, I found that fixing it is pretty simple. Either put fresh batteries in it, or ensure the batteries in the device are properly seated, and that seems to fix any issue that I was having with that. Beyond that, there isn't anything notable. The device does work as advertised, and at the price that it sits at, it seems rather competitive to competitors like Bosch. Now, I have not used any other brand laser level of this sort of fashion, so I cannot personally say on the comparison notes beyond what I can observe from other reviews. But from what I gather, the device appears to function quite well. It does everything it's supposed to. It's actually quite an impressive piece. And I don't think I'd have a problem recommending this to anyone.
If you like this video, leave a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, consider subscribing.